Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and I'm filming this look that I'm wearing right here for you. This is one of my go-to everyday fall looks, and this video is going to be featuring the CC Veil from ItCosmetics that I've talked about a couple times on my channel before. You all seemed interested in learning a little bit more about it, so here it is. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my skin. This is the Laura Geller Hydrating Spackle, which is just a nice, super hydrating primer. I am taking extra precaution to hydrate my skin right now because it has been super dry because it is getting colder. I also am going to apply a little bit of the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. This is the one that is in the lipstick tube form. This is really great for throwing in your pocket during the colder months. I'm going to start with my CC Veil now. When you open the compact, you have a little sponge in here that is the perfect size to put your fingers in. Then you open the product like this, and it is there in the little sponge. I just like to press my applicator in the product and begin using it straight from here. This is one of my go-to everyday bases because it is so light feeling on the skin and it provides excellent coverage. They claim that you can build it up to a full coverage, and I really believe that you can, especially over redness. You don't need to add another concealer on top of it, and it never feels cakey or settles or looks like too much. It always feels like natural skin. The concealer I'm using today is also from ItCosmetics. This is their Eye Lift in a tube. It's got Bye Bye Under Eye on one end and Hello Light Brightener on the other end, which is a concealer and a highlighter. I'm gonna start with the concealer, and I'm gonna dot that under my eyes in 4 dots, and the same on the other side. And then I'm also gonna put this around my nose. The Bye Bye Under Eyes concealer is specifically made for under your eyes. However, I find that it works really well over any kind of blemishes, redness, anything that you want to conceal on your face. And then I just take the other end, which is the Hello Light Brightener, and I like to put dots of this between the dots of concealer under my eyes. And then I like to put a dot right on the inner corner and then highlight my face. And then I like to take the same sponge that comes in the compact and pat that concealer in. When I get to my under eyes, I like to start with my fingers and then move to the sponge. And I just like to pat this all in and kind of bring it up the cheek to highlight. When I'm done with all my cream products, I'm then going to set that with a little bit of powder. This is the Le Beige powder from Chanel, and I wear the lightest shade, number 10. And I'm just going to use the Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush from NYX Picks, just to lightly blend that all over my face to set the cream. I love the Le Beige powder because it sets the skin nicely without building up and looking cakey and adding too much extra coverage. To add a little bit of color and subtle definition to my face, I'm going to take the Smashbox Sun-Kissed Matte Bronzer. I'm just going to take that on the same Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush. I'm tapping my brush into the bronzer and then taking it slightly under my cheekbone, onto my temple, and down onto my jaw, and then I'm dragging the color up onto the cheek so that I get a subtle definition and color. As always, I like to take a little bit of extra bronzer from the brush and just run that on my neck to blend everything all in together. For my blush, I'm using one of my new favorites for fall. This is Rosy Glow, and this is one of the Lorac Powder Cheek Stains. And this is just a nice kind of everyday rosy color, perfect for fall. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, which of course I like, but it's not super glittery, not super highlighting that it wouldn't look good on anybody. And I'm just tapping my Real Techniques cheek brush into that, tapping off the excess and applying that lightly to the top of my cheekbones and blending up and back. And as you can see, that just adds that nice hint of that healthy rosy color back into my cheeks without being super blushy, super false looking. It just looks super nice, natural. I always add what's left on the brush at the end just to the bridge of my nose. I don't know why, I always think my face looks a little bit more symmetrical and finished when I do that. Moving right along to brows, I'm going to start out with the Napoleon Paradis Pale Rider Eyebrow Pencil. This is really close to my natural brow color, even maybe slightly a little bit lighter. I like to use this specifically right through the intersection of my brow, and I do fill in the whole brow with this, but I am going to use a darker pencil on the outside edges to fill in my arch a little bit better and add kind of an ombre effect to my eyebrows. The darker pencil that I'm using is from Lorac. This is their Pro Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette. This I'm not sure I would call it brunette. It's not very dark of a brown. It's actually pretty natural looking on me, and I'm a medium blonde. But I really like to use 2 colors of pencil right now to add a little bit more of a natural look to my brows. I'm focusing this mostly on the arch and on the tail of my brow. That adds extra shape and definition to that outer edge where you need a little bit more help, especially with my brows. They're very full towards the inner corner, so I don't need to add as much there to make them look even. And that is all that I'm gonna do to my brows today. I've finished one and I've left one blank, so you can really see how much filling your brows can really help to frame your face and define your eye area. It really helps to anchor and make everything look a little bit more polished and finished. And that is my brows done. I am now going to move on to curling my eyelashes. This is something I've been doing a lot more recently than I have in the past. I find that it really opens up my eyes and adds definition around my lash area that I kind of was lacking before. I really think the reason that I hadn't been curling my lashes in the past is because I had a very not good eyelash curler. I have since upgraded to this. This is from Tarte. This is their regular eyelash curler, but it is in the like special edition Christmas style, I guess. It's got pearls on the edge. They're obviously fake pearls, but the quality of this eyelash curler is much, much nicer than the one that I had before. And I find that it actually curls my lashes and helps them stay curled for longer. And once both sides of my eyelashes are curled, I am then going to go in, as always, with my Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel in Espresso. I find that I use much less of this when I curl my eyelashes. I actually wipe off a lot of the excess on the edge of the tube, and I really just focus this on the ends. Now that the lip moisturizer I put on earlier in the video has had some time to soak in, I'm going to add a little bit of gloss. I'm actually going to be mixing 2 colors. These are Stila lip glazes in the shades Amaretto and Cranberry. And once I've patted the lip gloss mostly off, it leaves my lips with a nice subtle stain and a little bit of shine. And this is the finished look. This is one of my go-to looks this fall. I really like the subtleness, but the great coverage that I get from the CC Veil. It's one of those go-to things that I always grab, especially when I am on the run because it's so quick and easy to apply. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up so you can see more looks from me. I plan on doing a drugstore tutorial soon. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about any of the things that I have mentioned today or used on my face. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter. Both of those are at JonJonTalks. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. So I thought I would pick this up and try it because it smells darn good. And I also picked up from the same brand the Float Away Milk Soak, which is basically like the same thing. It doesn't have salt.